Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel here, and then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about the mind. Oh man, such an important topic. So you can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. Let's dive into the topic. So we're talking about the mind today, and I'm chuckling to myself because I'm thinking about how important it is to know your mind. And all the time, for all the years, I know my own mind. You know, the ancient Kemetic, ancient African idea, which is to know thyself. I'm reading Black Athena right now, which is so powerful. Also, Stolen Legacy, which I just finished. It's kind of it interrogates the underpinnings of the switcheroo that historians have done starting in really the 18th century with the rise of German and French racism, when they inverted the model, which essentially replaced the at the time very respected idea of Egyptian supremacy in terms of intellectual thought, traditions, spiritual technologies, and replace it with the Aryan model. This book is so, I mean, that's not new, it's not surprising, but it's still, to read it in such detail, with such evidentiary material next to it, is devastating. But the point is that in the ancient African tradition, the know thyself paradigm, which is now literally affiliated with it's called the Delphic principle, which is now affiliated with the Greeks, which is so insulting. But yeah, so know thyself, know thy mind was one of their major kind of the ancient Egyptians' major fundamental principles, because they figured out, even back in the day, early 4th, 5th century, a millennium before BC, that the mind is where the power is. I'm thinking about all the things we learn in Western schools, and just the lying on people, taking the knowledge, claiming it as their own. Wow, it's got to chill thinking about that. So I digress. And so you want to know yourself, and knowing yourself is knowing your mind. All right, at a fundamental level. So what does that mean? So what point two is that if it is true that energy, call it God, Yahweh, is everywhere, that means that God, energy, primordial spirit, whatever you want to call it, Jesus, has got to also be inside of you, right? That thought, which comes from your mind, that thought will guide you to know that if God is everywhere, you have your best chance of knowing God by going inside, because that's the closest thing to you. As the Quran says, it's closer than your neck vein, as ancient Gnostic texts say. You want to know thyself, because that is the fundamental. And that, of course, gnosis, knowledge of self, that comes straight from the Egyptian mystery school. All the Gnostic Christian material. I mean, there's so many things to talk about today, but we don't have time. So you want to do your due diligence and spend time knowing yourself. So one way that we talk about on this show a great deal is through meditation. Going inside and accessing the consciousness of being conscious, right, which goes into point three. As you spend time getting a chance to know yourself, being with yourself. For many people, being alone is a frightening enterprise, and certainly I've had my moments of that as well. But basically, I like being by myself, and being able to know myself. Running and meditating, this is being in that alone time, so I can then go out and give to people. Because once I ground myself, I can then go out and be about service. But I have to first deal with the MD, right? So you want to think about spending time with yourself through various types of spiritual or energetic modalities, yoga, Pilates, whatever you do, reading, all those things. I'm just so grateful right now. And today is Malcolm X's birthday, and his thirst for knowledge really inspired my own thirst for knowledge as a young man. I'm just grateful today that we have access to these ancient traditions, these role models who can lead us on the way. I just want to say thank you for Malcolm X's birthday. Thank you for all those who are true seekers of knowledge and true believers in justice and equity. Peace to Palestine. I thank you, Injustice for Palestine. I thank you and Palestinians, and thank you for all of all people who are true believers in justice and peace. All right, I almost said ashe. Let me just say it, ashe. Y'all got me preaching today. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. This afternoon at 4:45 p.m. because we air each weekday at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube's Micro Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. See you then. Deuces.